everybody, and how are you? My name's Iris Smith and I'm the owner of a small business called The Flower Patch. Before I start, let me move my chair and let me switch my heater off because it's so noisy. Oh, peace. I hope you all had a good weekend. I was slightly busy finishing off the second garland. I finally got it finished and it's gone to a new home. So right, I just want to welcome all the new subscribers, and I hope you're enjoying the videos, and I hope it inspires you to do something creative for yourselves. Right, today I've had a request of a neighbour. My neighbour, it's the one who I have the parties with. She always buys around Christmas 3 wreaths off me. She likes one in orange, one in yellow and one in red. So I'm going to do hers today on our video. She wants it for alongside a funeral grave for one of her family members, but she wants it to look slightly Christmassy with the odd bauble in, but she doesn't want the circular baubles. She wants the ones that are similar to a candle, just to represent the joyful times and Christmas as well. So I've got 5 of those out in orange. It's a matte orange. I hope you can see. So we thought we'd add those in. I did say to her I will add a little bit of gold as well for the Christmassy theme. That's the reason why I've chosen the Christmas orange ribbon with the gold inlay inside. So for the gold, I'm not going to overdo it with the gold because she prefers more of the colour than the Christmas theme. So I've just got out 3 of my fern in gold for the Christmassy theme. I have got out though 5 ferns as well to put around the side so they won't stick out as much, and she doesn't want it big. So I've got to bear that in mind. I've got out just 3 small roses because she doesn't want them too gold and too much gold in floral either. So I've only got out 3. And I've got out 3 little pieces I've cut and already prepared of my gold leaf also. So that is what we've got. And then also just a few, I don't know whether I'm going to use these or I may use the orange, but the berries. Again, I don't want to overload it in gold. It's not a celebration. It is for her loved one. So that is the gold. I've also got out some pine cones to just slightly take off the gold colour, just to bring the tone down a little bit so it's not too extravagant and too Christmassy. I've got out, she chose some conifer, she spotted it and she said, I like that, can I have some of that in? Of course she can. So I've got out just some of those. I've also got out some orange, as she spotted this also, some fern in orange with a deep red, and these are my offcuts, so I won't need to bring them out too far. Again, she doesn't want it enormous like I like to do. So again, I have to take into consideration what my customer and my friend would like. I have got out some palm. I was debating, I couldn't make my mind up whether to get the palm or the eucalyptus, or maybe the green, oh gosh, willow. That's what I'm looking for. So we'll see. I may fetch one or the other if this looks a bit too summery. I've also got out my oddments of my dark green ficus, and I thought it's a good time again, because some of them, majority of them are small, it's not going to stick out too much. And I want to incorporate the odd orange eucalyptus into it as well. Now, I did get these out. I couldn't make out my mind whether the lady apple or these. So it still may be the lady apple or it may be none. But I've got some wispy bits out just to add a little bit of movement alongside. I've got smaller ones that I've cut down. When I had these, I cut down a lot of small ones because I basically just to prepare in advance for when I do need them. So I have got some smaller ones without touching the bigger ones. Now, I have got orange calla lily, my beautiful favourite, and I thought maybe I could add some of those as well. She did spot the orange carnations. She said, just have a look to see what they look like in it. If it doesn't look right, then could I have your orange roses, the little ones? And I said, of course. So it's going to be one or the other, or maybe even both. So that is what we have got for today. So let me just check with this palm. I think it's too summery, guys. It's just too much. So I may get the willow. I keep looking at the willow, and I've got some again where I've chopped bits down in advance. I like to do that, so then it saves a bit of, you know, preparation time, because I just really do think that looks too summery. It's just doesn't blend in with the theme. And these are the ones that I've cut down in advance, and I think they will fit better. So let's get rid of our palm. So again, let's put in and start to put in our willow. So every year she asks me for 3. So I always do a 3. Again, for her family members. And she doesn't want it coming out here. She wants to stick at least no more, she said, than at least 8 to 10 inches on the outer side. So let me just, again, because she's asked for a measurement. Well, that's 10 inches, so that is far. So if yeah, there, 8 inches. 8 inches is plenty. So I'm going to start and go behind the bow. And with the bow, all I've done is the Christmassy orange bow with the green and gold inlay, and then just a plain orange, and then also another slight smaller one, 1 inch thick, of Christmassy striped as well. Right, that's still a bit too much, so I may have to take that one off. Let's just take it out. Yeah, because she's asked for a certain measurement, I try to stick within that measurement. Perfect. And I'm going to go all around the outer side with the willow. And I'm going to keep measuring it just so I've got the border correct. Yeah. When some of my customers ask for a specific size, then I do my best to keep within whatever they have asked for. And if you think like this one is too long, which it slightly is, then just cut it down. Perfect. And that's all I do. Again, to keep within. Well, we have got Storm Debbie today. Can I just say, guys, I'd love to know where they get these names from. My son was saying, will it be Storm Lisa tomorrow? So it's only spotting with rain, but it's not pouring it down. Again, I'm just cutting, but I'm cutting it in a round shape to the shape of what the leaf is. And I think there was one up here what was slightly... And this rope that is hanging on will come off at the end. I've just put it up there to make it easier for when I'm making it. I hope you all had a fabulous weekend. Got some twigs hanging there. Let's just chop those off. Yeah. Just looking for some that, there we go, that are already singular before I start chopping into the others. Oh, I met a lovely lady today who came to my workshop called Christine. I put my finger where I need to start to cut. So then I know it will be fine. And I'm cutting, and I've got my boundary, and I have to now stay within that boundary. Some people say, oh, orange for Christmas. Why not? I've done Christmas centerpieces in orange. It's a wonderful colour. Just make that slightly rounder. I don't know if you can hear the wind outside here. Oh, my room looks so much bigger, guys. Now I've taken down the framework for those garlands. It really does. Again, I'm just looking for single ones that are by themselves before I start to chop away at the other stems. I think we may only need one or two more. And I'm just placing these on the outer side. Oops, a daisy. That one's just not sitting correctly. That's better. And this is going to be our as well as our border or our boundary. I do say to some people, you know, it's like it acts like a margin. Perfect. Right. Oh gosh, I've struck it lucky. I don't need to chop away at any. Yes, the lady I met this morning, she makes little fairy tale houses and that, and puts little flowers on, and she showed me a video. Oh my goodness, they were beautiful. I've never seen anything so pretty. Just round that edge off. There we go. So that is our boundary. Oh, let me get a rubber band. So I have to now keep within that boundary. And if people tend to ask for, like I say, for a specific size, again, just do what I did with your tape measure for your boundary. And then after that, you know you have to keep within that. So then when I use like my conifer, I have to make sure I don't go out of that boundary. But let's get the fern in, the bit of gold fern, and I want to put one at 12 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 8 o'clock and 10 o'clock. That's where I'd like to place them. And again, I have got to stay within that boundary. So that's slightly with that tip, so just go at an angle and take it off. By doing that, you know you are doing it to the size of what the customer's preference is, and you can't go wrong. And customers will sometimes check. You will get the odd fussy customer, again, like I've said many times, who will check whether it be the measurement or anything. Oops. They will check it out. I'm not saying all customers, it's just the odd one or two. So I never take that chance, because if let me just turn it around, guys. It's just not sitting straight. If my neighbour was fussy, she would check. But luckily, she's not a fussy lady, but that doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if she's not fussy, still do it correctly. And by knowing if you're staying within the boundary, measure it up against your leaf on the back, your willow, and then you know it's in the correct place. See, now that, when I measure it, doesn't go out of the longest leaf there. So it stays within there. So I know again that it's correct. Now these two are longer, so I'm going to have to cut these from, take the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 leaves off. And you do that just by pulling them. If you can't pull them, then just use a pair of scissors or your cutters, pliers. So then I'll cut those and cut the stems down. And then we'll have one at 8 o'clock. Gosh, guys, if you can hear that noise, it's the wind. And again, I know it's in the correct position, but I'm just measuring. I'm measuring my leaves, my fern with my willow. So I want this one behind here. That's in. And again, we will fluff those bow up. So that is our gold fern. Now let's get our oddments of ficus in, and again, I say oddments, I cut them down. And again, we do the same, we keep within our boundary. We just don't want to go out of that boundary. Now I've just seen, if I place that to there, we're just around the same length. So But I'm still gonna, if I think it's still gonna be too long, then I will cut one of the leaves off, or if I've already put it in, or I will cut the stem shorter. Or push the stem in as far as you can get it. Now, as you can see, we are very, very much at the same length. Same in here. I'm going to go in between our gold fern. Again, measure it, just flatten it. Yeah, the one right at the top is about half a centimetre less than what the willow is. So again, that's in the correct position and the correct length. Or you could also manipulate your stem to bend so it's not as long. That's if you notice that it's long or longer than your outer border. Manipulate it, bend it, and then that will keep it shorter. Like that. And again, with this being for a funeral, we don't want to make it look like it's a celebration of happiness. We want it to be more of like a memorial wreath, but also thinking of somebody at Christmas. Right, that one's, no, that's in just. So we want one more. Bring it slightly in again. Measure. As you can see, we're just in. So that is there. I'll keep hold of those in case we want to use some more. So now we're going to place our conifer, our beautiful conifer. Now we're going to go in between the fern and the ficus. And again, keep within. See, that's just slightly out. So I'm taking the top one off just by about 1/2 inch. I'm cutting the stems quite short on these as well. Yeah, it's that one, it's the tip of it. Again, I'm keeping within. That one I've got in further. What I've done with that one is just slightly come in a bit further. So the ficus and the fern. I may have to go and get a few more of these. Take the tip off of that one. One, another two. So I'm just going to grab another two. Oh, that was lucky. Ficus and the fern. And just take the little tip off of there. So that's all again, everything kept within our boundary. Excuse me. Now these are long, and I know these are long, so these are going to exceed by far the boundary. So I can either cut these down and use them as two, or just leave them out. Again, I don't want to go out of the boundary. So I could put that 9 o'clock, 3 o'clock and 6 o'clock, because there's no gold down here. So let's cut that short again, so we stay within. And again, just measure. I can tell that's already in the boundary. Yes, by about 2 mil. So we've got a bit of gold there, then we'll have a bit of gold here. I've just seen another twig. I keep seeing these twigs. Here's another one. I haven't gone through it, because I just basically looked at the time and I thought, oh, after my customer went, I need to get cracking. So again, we'll have one at 9, around here. Yeah, that's within. I some more of this. I don't know why I've only just taken 3. Could have had 4. And then let's just see. Yeah, just. So let me just turn it around. I need to move that conifer slightly. So again, I don't think I'm going to use those. They would have been nice, but I'm going to be taking off at least that from where my thumb and finger is down. So I'd rather save them as a full one. I'm just going to wonder if we've got anything slightly shorter. Oopsie daisy. Gosh, I can't see. Oh, here's another piece. Oh, it's just a single bit. I really can't see it. It's still high up. Let me just put this little single piece in front. Instead of cutting into a new stem. So then there's 4. I'm just using my clippers to bend it because it's quite a strong stem. So that is what we have up to yet. So it looks slightly Christmassy with the gold, but then now, you know, by adding obviously the pine cones, that'll bring the celebration look slightly down. So she did want baubles, and also let me just see with these wispy bits again, as much as they'll be within the maybe within the boundary. These bits that I cut off, again, when I get a delivery, I cut so many short and so many I keep long. Now they will sit within. Let's get these around, and I'm only going to put single ones. I'm not going to be placing double. So, and these have already got, as well, when I cut them down, if the paperback, I will put corsage tape on. Let's bring those behind. So they're again already prepared. The lady who came this morning, she liked these. They are pretty. And again, I'm just using them as a little bit same length as what the fern is. I'll put it there. Just measure. place one behind our bow. Push it in as far as it will go. That's bothering me. Because it's so I don't want to add any more of those. Right, we do have our fern. When she spotted this, she thought that would look nice, with it having deep red in it as well. Do I put bits of the eucalyptus in as well first? So I could put that at the back and cover the back as well. One, I got 3 out of these. I think I'm going to use the orange. I don't know about the gold. You know, we're not going to use the gold. It's a little bit too much. So before we carry on, let me just check the flowers. We may use both of those as well. But I know I've got gold flowers in that. So, fern. Let's get the fern in. Let's just move our ficus. Got a big one there. Well, my youngest son is off of work this week. It doesn't seem like he's at work anymore. He's only just gone back. He is training to do, well, the supervisory course, and then they want to sign him off and start to get him to learn he's got to do a few shifts where he's got to become the manager for the day. I'm so proud of him. I've never thought he'd do anything like that, you know, become management, because he is quite shy. But he's surprised me. And again, I'm super proud. Right, and in between the gold fern, the gold fern, we're going to place the orange fern. If I could take off just take some out. I don't even know how many I've to. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7 to start with. I keep watching these programs, guys, in the evening after I've eaten. We've all eaten. My husband laughs at me. It's weird, these gardeners, and bless their soul, they do YouTube channels, they do them in America, all different cities in America, Australia, the UK, New Zealand, places like that, where they go around their local streets, and if they see a garden that's in need of a bit of attention, they will knock on the owner's door and ask if they can do their garden for free. They don't realise at the first, they think it's a bit of a, you know, probably a scam. But then they say they've got as long as they can video it, they've got a YouTube channel. And as long as they can video it for YouTube followers. That's all that matters to them. And you know what, guys? I think it is super, super wonderful. And they start, I mean, one guy, I forgot his name, but last night I was watching him. Once you start watching something, you don't realise how many channels there is of that sort of thing. He was started doing this one little old lady, bless her, who was on social security. She couldn't afford to pay, and he said it's for free, and she couldn't believe it. She cried. Oh, bless her. So I had tears in my eyes along with her. I thought it was so sweet, and her garden was really bad. And when he finished, guys, oh, it was amazing, amazing. I wish you'd come under mine, even though there's nothing wrong, but just for the experience. Let me take this out because it really is bugging me. It's the wrong way round. So yeah, and my husband doesn't laugh at the person. He laughs at me because he reckons I'm watching what he calls the Strimmer Man program. And he says to me, "What you watching?" He says it's either you or the Strimmer Man. Well, it's got to be the Strimmer Man. I only analyse my video once and that's it. I don't sit there going through all my videos and watching myself. So yeah. So I've just now put in that bit of fern. It looks slightly autumnal at the moment. But again, as soon as we get in our flowers and our berries and our pine cones, I have to think what they was called, that's when you'll start seeing the slight Christmas theme pop in. Again, my friend said she didn't want it too Christmassy, so we're not going to do that. So we've got the baubles and I want to place them again 12 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 8 o'clock and 10 o'clock. And we'll keep this down within the boundary as well. So that's just going in front. Let me cut these all off. So around 2 o'clock. You know, one thing I do keep forgetting to get out is my filler foliage. I just keep forgetting to bring it out. Aren't I silly? And then 4 o'clock. Again, keeping within our boundary. Around here. These are my favourite grapevines. They're so easy to use. Let me see. Oh, with the calla lilies as well. I've got some spider's webs I can see. Let me just cut one off. And these are push-ups. So I'll bring these on the inside. I won't bring these on the outside because they'll be hidden. I shall bring these on the inner side because again on the outside I'm thinking I want to put just a bit of eucalyptus as well. Let me just turn it around. Oh. So how many have I got? And small pieces, don't want that. Oh, I saw a small piece in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 long. 1, 2. Just cutting that tip off. 2, and another one here I've spotted. Three. And 4 small. So we'll save it with the calla lilies as well. Let me take those off that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then just 5 of the calla lilies. And I've got 3 of those. Oh, I love to be organised. When I can see what I've got, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of those. 4, 5. Now roses, let's have a look. And then once, I want to see how big the heads are. Yeah. So 1, 2, 3. So there's 5 on a bunch of the roses. So they may be used as the filler going around. So 1 there. Oh gosh, there's never nowhere to hold them in. 1, 2. So they will probably be closer to the actual wreath. So yeah, so that's 5 of those as well. So now I can see what I've got. And anything else, if I need, I can just grab them off the floor. So now we need to get in. Sorry about that, guys. I just have to get it sorted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I've got 6, so I may just use 5. And on the outer side, as you can see, I'm going to be just bringing a little bit of orange in from our eucalyptus. And again, I need to keep within that boundary. Bring that bow back through. measure it with that. That's slightly bit bigger. So take the bottom leaf off so you can push more of the stem in. So you've got it like that. So we're going to take off just the bottom leaf on all of them. So again, I can push the stem in further so it doesn't go out of the boundary. I can save those for little filler. So push that in a little bit more. So yeah, if anybody gives you a measurement and says, please can you just not make it bigger than, I don't know, from the wreath outwards, 10-inch, then grab a tape measure. It doesn't need to be any specific tape measure, but just grab a tape measure and measure your boundary first as you're putting in your first set of leaves or foliage or greenery, whichever you like to call it. And then once you have that, then you work along with it. So I'll put one at the bottom and the top. So then like you saw with me, we've got the willow in, and then the leaves that I put in after, I stayed within that boundary. And again, while I'm putting these in the back, I can see the willow, so I can measure it alongside the willow from the back, so it's staying within. And we'll put the last one at the top. There we go. So you can just have a look. Oh, we've got another, oh gosh, I can't get that out, it's solid. Oh gosh. Another fern or foliage that's got its own direction, so I'm going to swap it. That needs to be there. It's still doing it. Here we have it. Let me just push these out flatter because they look like they're all coming in. So this is all I do, is just bend, give them a bend outwards, so it doesn't look too like it's coming right in. So let's put that one in there. Right, I think I want our pine cones. And with our pine cones, we definitely want one up at the top, so it can be seen. These are quite heavy. I can't remember where I purchased them from, but I've had them a while. I bought about four boxes, and they are quite heavy. Top heavy as well. So what I've done, I've placed them on a pick. Instead of having the floral wire around where you can go around with the floral wire at the bottom, I've just got a pick. If I just grab one, I dipped it in my glue, and where there's an opening at the bottom here, I placed my pick and pushed it as far as it would go inside that opening. See, there's an opening there, so I just placed it in as far as it would go, and then waited for it to dry and left it. And then that is what I had. So now that is solid. And then I wiped off any excess glue that may have seeped out. So then instead of using the floral wire, if you have glue, you know, use your glue gun as well. And if you have some wire, strong wire, use that. And that's how I did my cones, because I've always done it with the floral wire. And it was just one particular day I sat there and I thought, oh my gosh, this can be time consuming, you know, wrapping them up in the floral wire. So I thought, what can I do? And then it just as we say, dawned on me. And I thought, why don't I put them in a pick in it like I do with everything else? Hi, hon.
Hello.
So that's what I did. And I placed a pick in them, and I thought, let's see how, you know, if it holds. And it did. So I was more than happy. So that's how I do them from now on. I don't place any floral wire in them. Unless, again, if you have a customer that's got a specification and they specify that's how they want their things doing, then I meet the customer's needs. But other than that, 9 out of 10 the customer will say, you know, just, you know what you're doing, just do what you do, you know. So, and that's what I do. So again, we've got our calla lilies. Let's push those up to the top. Oh. So where you can see gap here, look, things like this I want to fill. So I made, obviously I wanted to bring that forward so that could fill that space. Or do I actually bring it back? Again, let me just turn it around, everybody, so I can see it from this angle. Oh, let me get rid of my glue gun first. Glue gun. God, can't you tell I've had a weekend off? Forgetting all words already. I think it may look better with the calla lilies on the outer side. Let's see what they look like. Yeah, on the outer side. Just to fill in those little gaps. Yeah. So they'll go on the outer side. Still, I could bring those out and then have, they look like they'll take, could I place them there and swap them? Oh, I'll have to think as we get along. Oh my giddy aunt. Right, I've got these as well. Let me get these in. Right, I've got 3. Has that got 2 eggs on? Yeah. And that hasn't got a leaf on. Well, the paper's coming off of that one. I picked a leaf up earlier on, wondering why that had not got anything. Here we have it. So, I'll bring my coffee as well that my hubby's just brought me in. I tell you, it's like a cafe in here, guys. With all the cups that mount up. So, I'm going to put the calla lilies on the outer side. So, this is paperback. I haven't done this one. I don't know why. But its leaf was missing, so I'm going over it with the corsage tape with the same colour as the paperback, which was brown. So I'm using the brown corsage tape to match in. Let me go over these to be double sure. Yeah, you see that one's coming off. Let's take it off altogether. I don't like to see it. Call me fussy, guys, but hey, wouldn't you rather it be done properly? My cat's in the house again today. Usually when my husband comes in from work, he tends to let him out. And that's when I get him in here. Right, so them 3 are done. Let's get rid of that awful paper. And these can bend. Honestly, guys, these are fabulous. They're wired all the way. So I want to place 1 here, 1 here. So 12 o'clock, 4 o'clock and 8 o'clock. So that's where I'd like these to sit. I just love the greenery on these. So 4 o'clock. And again, 1 round here, around 8 o'clock as well. As well, I've got these. Where's the other one? Oh, it's there. You know, I've got glasses, and I thought having glasses would give me double vision, where I can see, well, not double vision, where I can see double of every, you know, more than anybody else. Was I wrong or was I wrong? Right, 6 o'clock, 2 o'clock and around 10 o'clock. That's where we're having these. Because everything at the moment, if you've noticed, has been 12, 4 and 8. So now we're going, basically the opposite way with these gold roses. So 6 o'clock. And I'm not putting these again flat to the wreath, as I would like a bit of volume, so I am lifting them slightly up from the wreath. And that's where it starts to make it look slightly fuller. So they're the gold roses in. Now our calla lilies. These have that plastic on the bottom. It's not that I'm picking anything off that I don't know, I like glue. It's not. There's a, if you see that there, that's a piece of plastic. It's like it's got a double layer at the bottom. And I'm just taking that off. It's, you know, because I don't need it. So I take it off. And I've got it on majority. It's not that it comes on for a reason. It's because that's where it's attached to the actual stem, the main stem. So I just like to take it off. You don't have to. Right, I need to cut these. Again, these are going behind. So I want one. Try to keep within the boundary again. Just measure it. Yeah. You haven't got to measure with your, I've got glue tickling me hand. You haven't got to measure with your tape measure. You just go with your leaf, your first leaf, which is the willow. And if it's not longer than that, you know you're in the boundary. Yeah, she likes floral. Christmas wreaths with floral in, my neighbour. And then again we've got to do a yellow one as well, and then a red one. That might be slightly out. Yeah. So if it's slightly out, guys, I will just chop it off and I will put it back in, but by itself. I won't throw this because I want to see it in. Let me just bring it slightly forward and just place it in there where I can see it. So then it looks like we've still got some up there, even though they're at the back mainly. The same with that one. It's out the boundary. So I cut it right at the bottom. Not halfway, right to the bottom. Let me get that glue string. And I'll bring this forward. I'll dip it in my glue. Because you can see them there, I'll bring it just slightly in the front here. So it's leaning in. And one down here. I think I need one here. So I'm going to get another one. Let's measure. Now that's in. So I'm going to get another one. And let's put one right at the bottom. So we'll get one here, because I can see a big gap just here behind, and I want that filling. Let me just measure that as well. Oh no, that's in. Oh, just pulled that off. Put it on a pick. So that's all of the greenery at the back done. And if you need any more, just grab more and just fill it in. Let me just look from a there's a bit there. I'm going to use a bit of ficus. As I can see another bit that's just looking a bit sparse for my liking. There we have it. Right, so that now is our greenery. As I say, that's in. So we've got little bits here of the eucalyptus. I want to get out my filler foliage. Because I will more than likely need that to fill in the bits. Oh, coffee. Isn't it good when your hubby brings you your cuppa? I ought to get a bell or an intercom where I ring it and say, cuppa. I must admit, Sandra, if you're watching, I've got my Bickers here, my dark chocolate digestives, because I love dark chocolate. Instead of the milk chocolate, I'm not a fan of milk chocolate, but dark chocolate. And when I went shopping yesterday, was it yesterday? I can't remember what day we on. Monday? No, Saturday. I had study day. Friday. Oh gosh. Friday evening, I bought 3 packs of these, left 2 in the house and left 1 in here. I'm not sneaky. I'm not. It's just that if I leave them all in the house, I don't see them. I really don't. So, and then my husband likes to eat scones, so I buy him some scones, and then while he's eating his scones, I have chocolate biscuits. What's fair's fair, isn't it? So, I'm happy about that. So, have you got any habits? Well, it's not a habit, is it? Or do you have to hide things so nobody else in your house eats them on your behalf? Or have I just snapped that off? I have now. I'll put that in together with that. Right. I can't make my mind up whether to bring... Let's have a look. I'll do it one at a time. This is just an idea. It's just popped in my head. Oh no, don't like that. Don't like that. I'm gonna bring the carnations out to the side with them having bigger heads, because look at that, how that sits there. So I'm going to bring those out to the side, because if I brought those out, they're small, so they get lost in between everything. So they go into the outer side, then we'll put those in last. Well, I'll say last. We've got filler foliage yet. So let's see how long I need, first of all, to place these without them going out of the boundary. I want to bend the head. So it's about there. So if I cut these all relatively around the same length before I stick them in, then again I know it should be perfectly balanced and sized with the length, all the same length as well. So that's that. So let me just see where I'm going to have. Now if I had one there, one there, I'll just bring them out, one there, bring that in a little. I'm just placing them, everybody, just to see where they look. That needs to go a bit down here. And then that one a bit down here. Because there's a rose there. So then that one would probably have to go to 12 o'clock. Like that. I think that looks better. Where they're slightly coming out. And then when we have our roses, where's that one I pushed up? They will sit around the inner side with, I wanted to put in some limey green. I wasn't sure. Different texture of foliage, and bring those in. The orange leaf. I don't want to bring in ficus because we've got ficus, so it may be the orange leaf. So if I get a few out, I do have salal, but I've one moment. Oh, here we go. I've got this. I forget about this. Put that in as well. That's all. Have I just... We'll put that in. I've changed my mind. Changed my mind. I don't want no more of that. So that's what we're going to do. So let's get these carnations in. And let me just grab that one. Stand on my tippy toes because I can't see. Oh my goodness. Again, we're staying within our boundary. That's one. Behind our ribbon. And then one here. So that is those. I think before we put our roses, or let me just push it in. Let's get a few of these cut. I'll hold on to the rest. Right, roses. Or do I put those in first? Get these in. I'm placing these in first, guys, because then I haven't got to squeeze past the roses at the back when I place these in. Just placing my ribbon over the top. Gosh, it does sound windy outside. Apparently about 45 miles an hour wind. I don't think that says a lot compared to what other places in the like America and places like that get it. But then again, we are right in the centre, so it's now you're not telling me that wind blew that. Oh my gosh, here we go. Things are falling. Oh my, it's the bucket where I got all these from. Oh. I tell you, I think this place is haunted. Never mind. Always happens to me. And I'm putting them all around on the inside and then adding in our roses. Because then again, like I say, I haven't got to then go behind the roses when I'm placing them in. I can just go up right at the front. Oh, here's my cat. I said he wouldn't be long, didn't I? I really did. I know him too well, and I know my husband. My husband don't like it when he starts, it's like we say, whining, making that horrid noise when he's got this whine, guys, and oh. Again, I've said it on a video before, it's not a cry like a cat would make, it's oh. Yesterday, he did that all day yesterday. I started laughing, but then by the end of the day, I weren't laughing. Because it is, oh gosh. It does go through you. Right, as you can see, I'm not putting any more of those in. Now I've got room to place in our beautiful little mini orange roses. I think those are sweet. So again, if I just place these around, and these have got a little bit of their own foliage on, a bit of the eucalyptus. So if I just place some of these around. So I don't, I can't really see. One here. And then one, I think, around here. Now let me just turn that around. Then that will fill up. Oops, the daisy, it nearly fell. Yeah. And that will fill up our centre. What are you looking at? Oh look, there's a spider. Oh no, I shouldn't have pointed it out. He'll go and eat it. Leave it. Don't. Let it live. So, here we go. This is our last of what we're placing. Where did I get this from? Here, I think. Again, I'm not placing these flat to the wreath because I want volume. That one's pushing in a little bit more. We'll straighten up our bow when we've finished putting these in, everybody. So this just goes to show that you don't always have to have, for Christmas, sparkly wreaths, especially for a graveside. They can have a little bit of gold, silver, or a bit of glitter, but not overloading it. Like my neighbour wanted a bit of gold, not too much. Just to have a little bit of the Christmas in it, and that was it. Instead of also doing, like I've done those little parts that you have along your grave, in front of your grave. This can be, if you want a wreath, you can have a wreath. Again, just with a little bit of a Christmas theme, not too much, because again, we're not celebrating a party, you know. It's basically just something to remember your dear loved ones at the Christmas time. 1, 2, 3. I've lost one. 1, 2, 3. Oh, it's here. Oh. We'll just fluff our bow up. I think that is it. Let me take that gold rose out. It's a bit too deep because of the bow. And put a longer stem on it. And then we can place it back in. So we want to be able to see it, because I think it's just not being shown as much. That's better. Two, three, four. So there is, as my neighbour requested, a few orange and golds, not much gold, but orange Christmas wreath with just a few little baubles, what the shape of a candle, you know, representing the light of when, you know, sat by them with a candle for their passing, just to represent that. Sorry, I've just spotted a glue string. And some roses, because she said that, you know, obviously the love, and the gold roses representing love as well, but for Christmas. And the small little florals that she said she didn't want too much. She picked these, but I said we'll see which one looks the better, but they look both as good. And basically, like I was saying, a bit of gold ferning just for that little Christmas touch. So I hope you enjoyed that, guys. I will take the hanger off because, oh, we've got one. Oh, I haven't placed that one in. Oh gosh, can you imagine what she'd be saying if I took it out and I took it round and one of the flowers fell and this flower didn't, just dropped. Oh my goodness. Hey, it's better that we've spotted it first. Oh my gosh. Should be making a right joke out of it. So, so yes, that's the Christmas one. I may, you know, ask her if she wants some cinnamon sticks in, you know, just to add a little bit more Christmas theme. She'd probably say yeah. And but yeah, I've got a yellow one to do for her as well, because I think it was a mum who liked yellow. I can't remember, another family member who likes orange and another family member who loved red. So one of each. So so yes, that's what we've done today. And again, it may have been a long video. I tried to go through a little few bit techniques, not much, concerning your boundary area. Just get a tape measure and keep within your main boundary if somebody asks for a specific size. And I mean, if they say to you they want I don't know, let's have a look how big this is. Yeah, 60 centimeters wreath from side to side. So then, you know, you have to work out what your wreath is. I mean, 60 centimeters it's 2 foot. So you have to basically work from the center of your wreath and go to the edges and work out how much you've got either side, which balances it. And you may have 4 or 5 inches. So then you know you've got 4 or 5 inches. So if it's here and they want a 2 foot wreath, then you know that it'll be 1 foot is the center, which is 30 centimeters. So you know that that'll be the center. So then you work from where the center is outwards, and if it goes to 30 centimeters this side, then you know that you've got 15 centimeters to play with either side around. So then that's 30 here, 15, 15, make 2 foot. Because 30 centimeters is a 1 foot, and 60 centimeters 2 foot. So you have to calculate like that. And some people work in inches. So if they work in inches, then do it in inches. Don't do it in centimeters. I work in centimeters. I don't tend to work in inches because I was always brought up that centimeters is more accurate than inches, which it is. A lot of tradesmen work in centimeters as well, so not inches. So I work in centimeters. But if somebody said they wanted a 60 inch, a 2 foot, or should I say, let's go to 20 inch wreath. So you know your centre point will be 10 inch on your wreath. So whatever you've got at 10 inch on your wreath for the centre point, then you know how far you can come out either side. So just put your centre point at, if you've got 20 inch, put your 10 inch in the centre, and then whatever's going out from the edge of the wreath before you've got anything in, that's your boundary. You can't go no further than that. Same with the centimetres. So again, I hope you enjoyed that, guys. I'm off now to finish the day. I've finished everything today. Cut up. I'll go and pick my mess up. My mess that's dropped out its bucket. Don't know why it did that. And go in the house and sit with my husband and have a chat, because that's an early finish for me today, because I've caught up with everything. So again, please subscribe and share and like and give us a comment and a thumbs up, and tell us what you think, and send us some pictures if you've done something along this line, Christmassy but not over Christmas look. So where you've just got the odd touch of the Christmas theme in it. And again, send us some pictures. If not, give it a go. Instead of doing the glittery Christmas theme, or the gold, the silver, you know, the sparkly reds, glittery reds, try something along this lines for along a graveside. So, all the best. Take care. Have a wonderful evening, and I'll see you all again soon. Bye-bye, everybody. Oh, before I go, I've done it again, guys. You can't see. Oh, gosh, aren't I terrible? I'm going to zoom out. One moment. Oh, I should have had it on that to start with. But that is the wreath. Oh, my good gracious me. I need to put a banner up where it says, show the flowers at the end. So there's our wreath in full, with just a little bit of a Christmas theme. I wonder if I go back a bit, you can see it even better. Oh my good gracious me. I am rubbish with technology. Let's go forward. Here you have it. With your little roses, your bit of gold, your carnations, your orange berries, your gold leaf, your little bit of your bauble, candle shaped, your pine cones, and your orangey fern as well. So, and your gold roses, can't forget those. I hope you enjoyed that. Sorry, I'm so sorry if it didn't zoom in correctly. I get so annoyed with myself. And there is my cat. He's looking at the spider on the floor. So, again, all the best, everybody. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.